Good Tuesday morning, Mount Olive Church family and friends. Everybody joining us online in another week of devotions here. And hope everybody's having a great week. And we're going to get my screen pulled up here. We're going to do a devotion here, Tuesday morning devotion from Pastor TJ's Sermon Sunday, Blueprints for Blessedness, and from Psalms chapter 1. On the screen, I've got a picture of a cistern. And a broken cistern, and he brought that out in one of his points on the planet, and talking about being rooted and grounded in, and the things that we were drawing from, and that's kind of what I want to talk a little bit about for my devotion here today. And so, Pastor gave the scripture from Jeremiah 2:13, and that is where we talk about this broken cistern. So, if we talk about a cistern, and let's talk about exactly what it is just for a moment. But when they would dig a hole in the ground and something to catch water, and it was mainly those cisterns would be used for their livestock, their cattle, their sheep, or whatever it would be, and there were places that people would actually, they would come across a cistern that's the only thing they had to drink. But it wasn't the thing that you would want to draw from. It wasn't the thing that you wanted to drink from, because one, those cisterns are broken, and in the ground, they would lose water. It would never fully stay that way. It wouldn't stay full of water. And then two, it was always stale. It was stagnant. That water has no movement. It wasn't like new water was flowing in like a stream or a river. So Jeremiah 2:13 says this: "For my people have committed two evils; they have forsaken me. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water." And so, he was talking about exactly what they'd done. They quit drawing from them. And when Pastor was talking about in Psalm chapter 1, and being like a tree planted by the waters, and rooted and grounded, right? Rooted and grounded, something, and I don't want to get too much into that, but that root is dug in, and that was what that tree draws from that. I'm the reason why I'm thinking somebody else may want to use rooted and grounded this week. But I want to talk about just about what we're drawing from. And so I've got a couple questions that I put on the screen here. Number one, have you ever had that moment of a sense of staleness in your life? Like he was talking about Sunday morning, the joy, the happiness. So that water is stale. And sometimes that's like our life when we're not drawing from Christ, when we're not drawing our joy, our happiness from God and what he can give us. It's like that happiness is gone, and it seems like our life is just stale. And then he brought out another question. When do we do an evaluation of life? How often do we do that? What is our evaluation of the things that I'm drawing from? And so I just asked that question, what are you drawing from? So I've asked myself that question since the end of Sunday morning, of the things what am I drawing from? What does Jody draw from? I sink a lot of my time into my work and my career, more than a lot of people see. Way more at home, my wife tells me, than what I should. But I find myself drawing from that sometimes, right? And then when things aren't going good there, it's look out. But what about relationships? People draw from relationships. Especially, not only our young people, but especially our young people. They draw off of those relationships, and they try to sustain their happiness with that. Approval of others, power and control, our favorite hobby. And then I also put this: what about our church checklist? And by that, I mean, went to church Sunday morning, made Wednesday night midweek service, gave my tithes, greeted at the door, and all those are good things. And those are things that we should want to do in our life, but it can't be those things that we put everything into just by checking off something off a list to try to draw our happiness from. Because then you might as well just throw that back into the same category as the work and the career, right? So I want to ask you that today. Two questions. evaluation. Evaluate yourself. What am I drawing from? And then the other one, have I had that moment of a sense of staleness, or things just seem like they're stale right now in my life? So if that's the case, answer that question first, and then maybe look and see what you're drawing from and see if that doesn't answer it. Okay, I hope you guys have a great week. Be blessed. Remember to pray for me, and as always, I'm praying for you. God bless.